So I'm just going to use another big blender brush. I'm just going to use this blender brush to use little circles again. Best way to blend these types of clouds is just use a clean brush, see that? And then just use tiny little circles the same way that you applied the paint. I'm using the very top edge, just in there. Really nice and easy, simple way to blend these clouds. There you go. It's got some nice definition there now. To have some pretty nice definition, so you can be quite ruthless when you're doing this. You're going to pick the colour up, so I'm going to put the colour back down there, and then I can go back into my clean pile again. There. Get a good amount of colour in there and just use little tiny circles to move it around. Just in there. That's it. Now I want this to be a really cloudy day on this one. Like when you go up Malham Cove and it's a bit overcast and stuff like that. So I want to teach you how to do that. Just up in here, same thing again. A lot of paint. Sometimes you can just use the sides to get the paint off, and then go back into that with tiny circles. So you need the paint to be there if you want that contrast to work. And then maybe that can come up a bit. So again, pull that red into the white, grab a bit more white I think, because you need quite a bit of paint for this. You tap, push, and get a ridge like you would for bushes, as if you were painting a bush. See that? That ridge lies out on the very end of your brush, but you need to see it on the pile. You can tap it away from the pile, push in and get a fresh load, and then I just want to use that, make it brighter on the top. At the moment I'm just tapping, and then we'll come back and blend afterwards. Push into that, get a ridge. Nice and bright just in there. Reload. It looks stippled at the moment, but don't worry about it. Just want to put a bit of that going off in there. See that? I used quite a bit of paint then. It's brilliant to do because it blends out lovely. Nice. And then I'm going to have this come in down to about there. So just on the horizon it wants to get a lot lighter, so I'll probably stop there, go back to my big blender brush, pick up some of the liquid white from down here, and then just go into that basically. Just use the knife, but I'm going to actually go back into this and blend with a nice filbert brush, which I do love my filberts, especially for clouds. And maybe even bring that right through, you see. You can touch into these colours and blend it then afterwards. At the moment I just want to get the colour on there for the clouds. You can use these shadows to make the tops look bright as well. It's a nice effect. So just in the middle of this one we'll put a shadow in there. I want to leave that edge white, really nice and bright still, just in there. Don't really worry at all about it. It might look rough now, but as soon as I blend into it, that'll be the key, and it'll make a huge difference. Now just in there on the waterline as well, I want to bring a bit of that colour, and then drive some of these out and make it look like layers of clouds basically.